Here I've taken few questions from the topic data handling. So these questions are from class 8, exercise 5.2 NCERT. So as you can see, the question number 1, a survey was made to find the type of music that is liked by a certain group of people. So here in the pie chart you can see that semi-classical is liked by 20% people, classical music is liked by 10%, folk is liked by 10%, 30%, and light music is liked by 40% people. So now you have few questions on the basis of this pie chart given. So the first part is, so here you can see in the first part, like classical is liked by 20 people. So, and you can see what is the percentage of people liking classical is 10%. So like 10% of total people survey will be equals to how much? Will be equals to this 20 that is given. Okay, it is given in the question like there are 20 people who likes the classical music, and that classical music is liked by 10%. So you can say that 10% of total people surveyed is equals to 20. So total people will be 20 into 10, so that will give you 200. So their total persons surveyed will be 200. So the answer of the first part will be 200. Now let's move to the second part. So in the second part we have which type of music is liked by maximum number of people. So this you can give directly as well, like which type of music is liked by maximum number of people. So here you can see the percentage. So 20% liked by semi, 10% classical, 30% folk, and you can see this 40% people like light music. So here from this only you can give the answer of the second part, that light music is liked by maximum number of people. Okay, now let's move to the third part. So in the third part, what is asked is, if a cassette company were to make 1000 CDs, so how many of each type would they make? Okay, so here like total CDs are 1000. So total CDs are 1000, and you have to find like how many CDs they will prepare for each category. Okay, so here to give that we have all the percentage, so we can use this information to find out how many CDs will be made. Okay, so like for semi-classical the percentage is 20%. So CDs for semi-classical will be how many? So CDs for semi-classical will be 20% of 1000. So you will get 200 CDs of semi-classical. Okay, now here also in the second part we have, in the second we have classical. Okay, so CDs for classical will be the percentage for the classical into number of CDs, that is 1000. So 10% of 1000 will give you 100. So 100 CDs will be there. Then the third we have folk. So CDs for the folk music. So folk percentage is 30%. So 30% of, you will find out 1000. So this you will get 300 CDs. Now in the fourth we have light music. So CDs for the light music will be 40% of 1000. So 40% of 1000 will give you 400 CDs. So this will be the answer. Like for semi-classical music 200 CDs he can prepare, and for classical music 100, for folk music 300, and for light music you can prepare 400 CDs, and for light music you can prepare 400 CDs. Let's see another question. Here again you have a pie chart. So with the help of the pie chart you have to give the answers of few questions. So here the question is, like here score of a student is given. So he has scored like in mathematics, social science, science, Hindi and English, and the central angle is given here in the pie chart. So here you have to answer the few questions given on the basis of this pie chart. So the first part, in which subject did the student score 105 marks? So you have to find out the subject in which he got 105 marks. Now to find out this, like in which subject he got 105 marks, so for that the necessary information is this, like the total marks obtained in by the student were 540 marks. Okay, so now, and this angles are also given, the central angles are also given, so we will use all this information to find out like in which subject he got 105 marks. Now, so I was telling like there are two methods to do this. So the first method is like, first you will find out the fraction, like here, like in math section, the angle is 90 degrees. So first we will find out the fraction for that. So that will be 90 degree divided by total angle is 360 degree. Then just multiply it with 540. So you will exactly get how much marks he got in mathematics. Okay, so this is the first way, and the same way we will try this for all the other parts, and then the part which will match with 105 marks will be the answer. So this is the first method. Okay, but that will be like a little bit bigger. So here what I'm trying to do is, the marks we have already. Okay, so what if I'll find out the angle directly instead of marks? I'll just find out like the given marks is 105. So 105, like the marks obtained divided by total marks, how much he got total, that is 540. Okay, so that will give me the fraction, and then just multiply this fraction with 360 degrees. So I will get a particular angle, like at this marks what will be the angle. Okay, so angle, or you can just write here center angle. So center angle I can find out with this formula. Yeah, like given marks divided by total marks into 360 degree. So here we will calculate. So after calculating you will get here 70 degrees. So now you can see in which subject he is getting 70 degree. So that answer is Hindi. So in Hindi he is getting 70 degrees. So this is the answer. So this is the easiest way, but you can proceed with the first method also. Now let's see the second part. So in the second part you have this question: how many more marks were obtained by the student in mathematics than in Hindi? So basically here we have to find out the difference between the marks obtained in maths and Hindi. Okay, so difference between the marks obtained in maths and Hindi you have to find out. So here again we have two methods. Like the marks he got in Hindi we know already, that is 105 marks, and we can find out the marks obtained in maths as well with this formula only that I just told you in the first method only. So here you can calculate and you will get the marks of this. If you calculate this, so you will get 135. So 135 will be the marks obtained in maths. So here we have both the marks. So now you can find out the difference. So difference will be how much? 135 minus 105 equals to 30. Now this became easy because we have already done like this calculation, and we already know the marks of Hindi as well previously as well. So now what if we don't want to go with the long process? So there is another shortcut way to find out this. So for the shortcut method, I'm just trying the second method. So in the second method, what you can do when none of the marks are given, like Hindi marks are given, so the calculation becomes short for us. But what if this marks is also not given? Then again you will find out the marks like you did for the maths. So in that case what we will do, you can find out the difference directly. So the difference can be given as, you can write here difference between the angles. Okay, difference between the angle you can take divided by, you can take the total angle is 360 into the total marks. So if you'll use this formula, so then you can find out like directly. You don't have to find out maths marks and Hindi marks separately. So the difference you will get directly from here. So now you just have to observe the table. So in maths, what is the center angle? it's 90 degree. In Hindi, the central angle is 70 degree. So here only this thing is needed. So here we can write the difference between the angle will be how much? 90 minus 70 divided by 360, and the total marks is already given that the student scored 540 marks. So now you can calculate it. So you will get 20 divided by 360 into 540. Now you just have to calculate it to get the value. So if you calculate it, so you will get the difference will be 30 only. So the answer will be same in both the process, only the second process a little bit smaller. And it's your choice like which to use. Now look at the third part. So in the third part, what we have, examine whether the sum of the marks obtained in social science and maths is more than the science and Hindi. So we have to tell like in which the sum of marks is greater, in social science and maths or in science and Hindi. So here you don't have to like calculate the marks separately. So here you can just compare the angles as well. Like first we have to check the sum of social science, so like social science and maths. The sum of this we have to see, and we have to check the science marks and Hindi marks as well. So for doing this, because he's not asking like what is the total marks and what is the difference of these two, you just have to tell like whose sum is greater. So here you can use the central angle. Okay, so in social science, what is the angle? This is 65 degrees. So I'm just writing here 65 degrees. Now what is the angle in mathematics? It's 90 degrees. Central angle for maths is 90 degree. Okay, so the total will be 155 degrees. Now for science and Hindi, for science the central angle is 80 degrees, and for Hindi it's 70 degrees. So the sum will be how much? It's 150 degrees. So now you can see which angle is greater. For science and maths, the angle is greater, sum of the angle is greater. So that means you can write the social science marks plus maths marks is more than science and Hindi marks. So like this you can solve the questions.